When I was released, I was faced with homelessness. I just didn't have a lot of anything. I didn't have any positive friends, positive social network.
I have a literacy problem. Can't read and write.
I have an 18-year-old son, which I left when he was 4 years old.
Just coming home to like ground zero, just like not having nothing.
Altogether, I have about 19 felony arrests.
It was the last one that was the one that hit on.
I was incarcerated approximately 10 months.
I was away for 3 years.
I actually served 13 years, 9 months.
Been away for 16 months.
I was incarcerated for 18 years, 8 months and 18 days.
When they come in, they come broken because most of them have just been released from prison, and sometimes they have nowhere to go. Their family have abandoned them, and no one has waited for their return from prison.
Reentry is really the civil rights issue of the 21st century.
When the mayor came in, there wasn't much going on around reentry.
This is an extremely at-risk population. It's a very fragile population.
Some of the challenges I faced upon release was obtaining my identification, birth certificate, social security card, driver's license.
I faced a lot of challenges. One of them was homelessness. I had an addiction problem, so I faced many challenges.
Education, work opportunities, housing. Pretty much the same thing that almost people even in the real world who hasn't been incarcerated face.
Many people coming back to communities come back to specific neighborhoods, and it's very important that grassroots organizations in those neighborhoods serve as a portal for people coming into the community, into our program.
I'm about to hit society and I'm going out there blind. So could you help me?
I'm the case manager for the Newark Prison Reentry Initiative program. We provide anything from sheltering, from identification, birth certificate, receiving all kinds of sources within the community that they haven't received while they were incarcerated.
And you render someone who's been out of prison unable to work, that family is going to drop in poverty.
My only goal is to make sure my children don't go through this. No part of the system whatsoever. That means I have to work at McDonald's to keep them out, so be it.
My name is David Chang, and I'm the site director for America Works in New Jersey. We're an employment agency, national employment agency that's been around for 25 years. Out of those 15 years, we've specialized in dealing with traditionally hard-to-place individuals such as ex-offenders into the workplace.
One of the main elements that we provide is jobs. We started producing our own jobs. We created a construction company. So we opened up a Paving bookstore that sold different items besides books. We built ice cream carts, and so we did things that would create our own jobs for our community.
Reentry is not a one-size-fits-all. There are so many approaches to reentry. By expanding the services to a whole range of community partners, we can improve the chances that someone will actually connect with the right organization.
The work that I do is so important to me because I did 7 years in prison.
I'm also an ex-offender. I've been away from the prison system for a whole lot of years, maybe going up to 15 or 16 years.
I was on drugs. I lived in Penn Station. I was homeless.
I'm also a recovering addict, been in recovery for 24 years. And I look at the clients coming in through my office and I see me in them. I don't try to instill my views in them, but I try to empower them with the tools that they need. I kind of made it out, and I just want to help them make it out.
I got my culinary arts certificate. I finished that over last summer. I obtained my driver's license. I enrolled in college. I started here in January. I'm a mentor for Goodwill.
I'm going to be starting employment tomorrow.
I'm working right now. I work part-time here at the college. I got into school. Presently, I'm enrolled in college now. I have 2 more semesters before I receive an associate's degree in human social services. I'm going to continue on until I receive my master's.
All other programs, like, people was there, but they wasn't listening. I've been telling people like I have a reading problem for many years, trying to put me in a GED program that I couldn't read a book.
The most important goal is the individual that it serves, so that people come into the program and we hear what they need, not necessarily tell them what they need, and that we actually help people.
The referrals are set up such that they can get developmental skills, social skills, in alignment with being able to connect back with the society which they're coming back into.
Through La Casa, like, about a month ago, I read my first book.
I completed the Forge program at this time, and it gave me the courage to go to Rutgers University and enroll in the master's program because I already have a bachelor's. I walked in there with my head up, I felt confident, and it just made me feel like I belong in society.
It's challenging but very rewarding work. You really see the benefits. You're changing people's lives. You're changing really the landscape of the city.
The Renaissance, I am learning things that I never learned before. I'm experiencing things I never experienced before. And I'm staying out of jail. That's the best thing it's doing for me.
I can call them at any time if I have a problem, whether it's financial, family, just dealing with bouncing off the walls or anything. Like, I can just call the director, my caseworker, Mr. Warren.
We kind of take away the label of offender. We look at the individual as a human being first, all right? And we really realize that if we can re-educate the individual, it'll affect the family, which will affect the community.
Basically, if you're in that program, there's no excuses for you not to succeed.
Nothing in prison prepares you for the real world.
What we really want to do ultimately is have some kind of relationship with corrections at the state level and parole where people enter our community in a uniform way.
Because it's more than a person coming home getting a job. We have to institute and stitch into him a fiber of significance so that he will be able to make quality decisions.
I see me still being a productive member of society, being a great parent, being able to give back to the community.
What my ultimate goal is to start working in the field to help ex-offenders come out.
The goal is just to live without prison.
I'm proud of myself.
You see, before I used to live, when I was in society back in this, I used to live day by day. I had no plans for the future. Now, I see things different.
I work for Home Depot, third shift, 8 to 6 in the morning, and I just got off work.
I'd just like to thank all the guys at America Works for helping me and all the great stuff they've done, get me out there and get me working.
I had the goals. I knew I wanted to go to culinary arts school. I knew I wanted to be a mentor. I knew I wanted to work. So I just needed the direction.
Being positive about doing something.